Good evening and welcome to our second edition of Country Interviews. My name's Adam the Dancing Cowboy, and I'm the resident DJ and dance instructor at the Rodeo Club in San Jose. This is our second interview again, like I mentioned, and we're really excited. We're taking questions on Twitter, so if you have any questions on Twitter, you want to tag the hashtag Country Interviews. And if we see those before we're done, maybe we'll be able to answer your questions. So with that said, we're excited to talk with a local country artist. He did grow up here in San Jose, and he currently tours the Bay Area, Northern California. I've seen on his social, I'm out in Nashville looking around. He's opened at the Rodeo Club for Dan and Shay. We are excited to introduce you to Ryan Scripps. How's it going, Ryan?
There you are. Now you're back.
Hey! Gotta love technology. How's it going, Ryan?
It was up a couple times there.
Oh, no worries. Well, so welcome to our country interviews. How's the internet over there?
All right.
You there? There we go.
What's up? I'm here. Yeah. It was cutting out a little bit, so I couldn't hear if you're asking any questions or not.
Oh, no worries. Well, we're glad
thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it.
No problem. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions. I know people have seen you a few times around the Bay Area, but I always like to know what's going on and how people got to where they are. So who are some of your major influences as far as your music?
Musical influences. So I started out as a guitar player. 9 years old, started taking lessons, took lessons for like 6 years. Started in bands, actually, cover bands. I covered rock bands as a lead guitar player. And then I got into the country scene, I don't know, maybe like 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
And I was always more of a guitar player. And 16, 17 is when I started picking up the vocals and singing a little bit more. But I'd have to go with Brad Paisley, one of my biggest influences, I think, just because of his amazing guitar skills. We all know that.
Sure,
and his vocals are amazing too. Chris Young, I love, and Brad and Chris are both great live. I've seen them both live, and they're definite performers. They know how to put on a good show. And I like the older guys too. George Strait, Garth Brooks, he is great as well. Saw him at SAP Center not too long ago, and he was amazing. So those are some of my influences. Biggest influences, I'd go with Brad and Chris, because that's kind of what I started. When I started listening to country, I mean, it was 2009.
Okay, so not long ago.
And that's the stuff that was hot, and that's what I started listening to first.
Sure. Okay.
But
yeah, definitely Brad.
I mean, I love it all.
These guys are good. So do you have any like family members that played, or?
Surprisingly, I don't have any family members that sang. My mom played piano. My grandma played the flute. That's it.
Okay.
My older brother played bass. My older brother started playing bass before I started playing guitar. And then, that's about it. So no vocals down the family line, nothing like that.
Okay. The next question that we had was, how long does it take you to pick up a new song? Because this has always interested me, because I can't remember like lyrics to save my life.
Yeah. So, I mean, the country songs nowadays that are coming out, they're all so similar on the instrumentals are also similar, like the chords, the chord progression. So as far as the guitar part goes, they're all pretty simple for me to pick up. Vocally, that's a little bit more tough. I mean, I'll take like a week or two to actually memorize the lyrics, and that's if I'm going over it every day. Like if my band's learning a new song, I got to be listening to the song and listening to the song actually helps the most, just listening to the lyrics, because it kind of gets engraved in my mind. And then yeah, I got to go over it though every day for at least like 2 weeks until I got it engraved in my memory.
Sure,
but
sure.
the guitar I pick up a lot faster than vocals.
Okay. Well, that's pretty interesting to know that you know that one or the other is easier to get. So,
Yeah,
what influences
absolutely.
your choice of new songs to pick?
Probably what's hot on radio. So, um, yeah, I would, because I mean, I listen to KRTY all the time, and I kind of keep in touch with like what songs are about to go number one, what songs are kind of climbing up the charts. And if I like it, I obviously gotta like it. Like, it's hard for me to play a song and learn a song that I don't really like. It's also harder for me to remember lyrics that way.
Sure.
So because there's a lot of songs out there that I dislike that have gone number one. And yeah, I think just if whatever songs are climbing the charts and getting close to number one or just doing real well, I'll try to pick those up with my band.
Well, yeah,
I'll let the guys.
you want something that resonates
I'll
with
let the
the
band
audience
know.
too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to pick songs as a band, especially when you're playing all the bars and, you know, honky tonks out here in California. You want to pick songs that people are going to know and going to be able to sing and dance to. So original stuff is good. Like, I love playing my original stuff, but it's brand new, right? Nobody really knows it. You gotta play the cover songs. It's an absolute must. So yeah, just picking out the songs that are hot and catchy that everybody knows and is going to want to get involved in and start singing along and dancing to.
Cool. And another question that I had was, what is your favorite venue to play so far?
Favorite gig?
Venue.
Venue. I'm gonna have to. I mean, there's so many. It's hard to choose. Really, that's a tough question because I love playing Sauce. I just played Sauce Barbecue in Livermore this last Saturday, and that place always brings a great crowd. They got a good built-in crowd there. So does Charlie's LG. Absolutely love playing Charlie's. I think one of the best crowds, because the bigger the crowd, the more fun it is for us on stage, right? The more the crowd gets into it, the more we get into it as a band.
Yeah, you
And
feed off
I
the
think
energy.
exactly, yeah, we all kind of feed off each other. Last summer we played this bar out in Sacramento called Goldfields, and the place was packed. I mean, they had a great crowd. And that was definitely one of the most fun shows I've played, and just a great venue as well.
I've heard of that
So
one.
Sacramento's got a great country crowd, country following out there. So, but it's hard to pick one venue that's been like my absolute favorite because they're all so great.
Sure, yeah.
I don't
You don't want to piss
I
anybody
don't
off.
want. I know, right? I'm like, hopefully none of those guys who booked me those places are watching this right now and they picked Sauce. And Joe from Charlie's is watching this. So yeah, no, I love playing. California is really, I think the country scene out here has really grown, especially Bay Area, just within the past 2 years. And yeah, I mean, all the bars out here seem to be doing real well, and they're a blast to play every time. So
cool. So what's the weirdest gig you ever did? You know, like
yeah. So actually, recently we went up, played an acoustic show up at the Grayton Casino in Roanoke Park. First time I was there, and Cece was singing with me. That was an acoustic show, and I mean, it's a great place. Like, we actually had a decent crowd out there, and it was a late show. Like, we started 9:30, went to like 1:30 a.m. It was a long acoustic show, but towards the end of the show and end of the night, it was it started getting real interesting with the people who were coming up to us, and there were some people just asking us what we're doing after the show, and they wanted to know if we wanted to go out with them and do some of that and getting offered like prescription drugs. It was real weird. It just made the whole night, like the rest of the night, just weird. We weren't all the way done with our show. We still had some stuff to play. And so these guys were just kind of sitting back after they came up to us, and they're just watching us. And I could tell Cece was super uncomfortable because they were telling her, they're like, "Man, you're really good looking."
Yeah, I can make it.
They started offering us some sketchy stuff. Yeah, that was probably. I mean, the venue was cool. The venue was definitely cool. It was just the people there.
Just an odd crowd that night.
Yeah, it was good night. I mean, it's a casino, and it was almost 1:30 in the morning. There's some weird people out there.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. So
it's still a fun show, though.
Sure. Well, one of the things I like to do on country interviews is give you an opportunity to promote something that's coming up next. So what are you excited about that's coming up?
I got a lot of actually, like the next 9 weeks, I have a show, 1 or 2 shows every week. This Sunday, I'm playing a winery. I'm blanking on the name. Cooper Jared Winery in Saratoga.
Oh yeah, Cooper.
I'm playing that with CC Bamberg. It's acoustic, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So that should be fun. I've never been there, never played there before. And then the following weekend, May 7th, Saturday night, we're playing full band. We're going out to Sacramento, playing this place called Stoney's. Stoney's Rock and Rodeo, I think that's the full name. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited about that. We've never been there, and I've heard a lot of great things about that bar. And they've brought in some bigger acts. I think Hunter Hayes played there not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago. But I'm excited for that because Saturday nights there are known to be pretty heavy with the crowds. So.
Yeah, Saturdays are good over there. It's a great for dancing and
yeah. I looked at some pictures, and they got a big old dance floor, and they got a good size stage, so it should be fun. It'll be full band. We'll be rocking it. Be a good time.
Nice. Let's see. So what's your biggest piece of advice you could give to anyone who's just starting out as a country artist, looking to break into the scene? What's your one biggest thing you could tell them?
So I'll kind of go off like the best advice I think I've been given myself as an artist is just don't give up. And it sounds cliche, but and that's what I'd give somebody else who is trying to do the same thing as me, because the music industry and business is so difficult, and anybody trying to make it knows that. And especially if you're going out to Nashville and trying to do things out there, kind of gives you when I went out to Nashville, kind of gave me a whole new perspective of how hard it really is to make a living in the music industry. And if you're trying to, get radio airplay and get a record deal and all that.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah, just keep going after it and don't give up, follow your heart. If it's meant to be, it will. And if not, but, yeah, I think that'd be the best advice I'd be able to give anybody who's starting out and wants this as really a dream.
That's definitely some good advice. Yeah, definitely persevere. Don't give up. Hey, what were your favorite venues out there in Nashville? I have actually never been. I'm looking forward to going someday and want to know where the heck should I go?
Yeah,
for live music and that sort of thing.
I mean, if you go to Broadway Street, Upper Lower Broadway, there's so many bars out there, and there's literally live music like 24/7. I mean, the bands start at like 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, and they go till 2:30 a.m. So, I mean, there's like probably in one bar throughout an entire day, there's probably like 4 or 5 bands that come through there. So, I mean, there's no bar I think in particular. I like Honky Tonk Central's cool. They got like a three-story thing, and they got a band on each level, like a stage on each level. So that's a pretty cool place to go to, and they got decent food there. And then where else? Tin Roof is cool. I'm trying to think of some other names. I've only been there twice, and I went to so many. I mean, I went to kind of stopped in at each bar all the way down Broadway. So if you go to Broadway, you won't be disappointed.
Okay.
And all the acts playing in those bars are super talented. And that's like when I was saying, like, I got a whole new perspective of how tough it is out there. You go to those bars, and it's not like here where you walk into some like dive bar and there's some really bad cover band playing, you know. You go out there and everybody is just really talented and they're all trying to do the same thing. So yeah, I mean, go check out all those bars on Broadway.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the best of the best get out there and try to make it big. So I imagine the talent's pretty.
Yeah. But you can't really go wrong with any of those bars out there. They're all fun. They're all fun to check out.
Okay, let's see. That's good. Yeah, definitely looking forward to going to Nashville sometime in the near future. But
yeah, man, you got to get out there. It's tons of fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back out this summer, actually, at some point.
You going during what, the CMA Fest or anything like that?
No, I don't have any dates set, like really set in mind yet. I got to look at because I'm getting, booked up out here for shows, which is great. So I got to find some time in between. I think it'll, if I do, like end of June or middle of July or something like that. So
good deal. Okay, so the next part we have is the lightning round. We ask you a series of ridiculous questions, but they're quick and people, I don't know, they tend to like this part. So really quick, no thinking involved, just your gut answer. In-N-Out or Five Guys?
In-N-Out.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Oh, it's a tough one.
Pizza or Mexican food?
Mexican food.
Okay. And last but not least, Stagecoach or Coachella?
Oh, Stagecoach, no doubt.
You never know, with all those guitarists out there for.
Yeah. No, I mean, either one of those would be super fun to go to, but Stagecoach for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I watched some people's social on Coachella, and it didn't seem like a whole lot of rock. So not sure I would have too much fun.
Yeah, I heard it was like just like that. What do you call that stuff? Like EDM?
Yeah.
Like the electronic, like dance music. Yeah, it was mostly that, I think. Because I was on, Instagram, Facebook, and saw people posting stuff, videos, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to dance to, I guess. But Stagecoach for me all the way.
Good answer. So how do people connect with Ryan Scripps? There's 50 million social media channels out there. What are the best ones that you like to frequent, that people will find your best content?
So I have a YouTube channel and I got a bunch of acoustic videos and whatnot posted on there. I've had that for years, ever since I started playing and singing. That's kind of how I started doing all this, was posting stuff to YouTube. And then I started getting a little following on there. And then that kind of inspired me to start a band and go further. So YouTube, I got a lot of stuff on there you could check out as far as like cover songs. I got some original stuff on there as well. I'm always on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram, both of those are actually Ryan Scripps Music. Twitter, just Ryan Scripps, SCRIPPS, not like script, like I'm reading a script, because I know some people get confused with that. So yeah, I try to do my best with connecting with people on social media and all that. So yeah, find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm pretty good with responding to messages on there too. I try to connect with everybody. So, and I also wanted to mention, I'm in the running right now for a big contest. I was fortunate enough to make it to the top 10 to potentially win an opening slot at the Country Summer Festival up in Santa Rosa in June. So I'm in the top 10 now, and it's up to everybody else to send in their votes on who they want.
Oh, cool.
So
how do people do that?
What was that?
How do people do that? How would someone go about voting for you for that?
Well, you go to countrysummer.com. You click on the Fender Contender Challenge, and then the voting will pop up. So there's 10 artists, myself included. And then yeah, it's super simple. I think you could either like log in through Facebook, and it doesn't post anything to Facebook, doesn't post who you vote for or anything like that. Or you could do an email. So I know people have told me like the site has had them do it both ways. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, send in. I'd love for you guys to check out my video, and if you like it, send me out a vote. And you got till Thursday. So this has been going for about 2 weeks now. So 28th, this Thursday, is the last day to vote. And then a winner will be announced. So if I end up winning, I get the first opening slot and the very first act to play. So it'd be Friday, June 3rd at like 1:30. And I get a 45-minute opening set on the main stage. I'd open for Chase Bryant, Craig Morgan, Lady Antebellum, Chris Jansen. They're all playing that same day after me, so it'd be super cool.
Yeah, to say you opened up for all those people.
Literally like a dream come true. So
sweet.
That would be amazing. So I've been, sorry for anybody who's watching right now if I've been bugging you the last 2 weeks on social media or texting you or whatever, telling you to vote. I'm sorry, it's almost over, but I totally appreciate all the votes you guys have been sending out my way.
Is it a one person, one vote, or can you vote daily?
It's one vote. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. It's one vote per person a day. So you have time to send out a vote for me today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And then every vote counts. Could come down to 1 or 2 votes. You never know.
Yeah, here's someone worth voting for this year, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it'd just be amazing to get that opportunity. It'd be so big.
Oh, very cool. Well, we're glad we could have you. We don't have someone lined up for next week. We are in talks with some other artists. Before I take us out of here, any last things you want to say? Obviously, you said vote for me. Everyone, go vote for Ryan.
Adam Dancing Cowboy. He's the man. Take some line dancing lessons with him if you haven't already. He's amazing. Does a great job at what he does. And appreciate you having me, man. Good times.
Thank you for the plug. So yeah, like I was saying, we don't have someone set up for next Tuesday, but we're in talks with some other artists to join us. If you are an artist and you want to join us in country interviews, definitely reach out to me. You can do so on Twitter at ask4 and then my first name, Adam. So that's how you can reach me on Twitter. Is probably the best way to reach out to me to join us as a guest on country interviews. So thanks again for joining us, and you all have a great evening.